I'm Gina,
I'm Earl.
and you've reached Two Idiots and 20 Acres. For those of you who have liked and subscribed, thank you. Those of you that are joining us for the first time, welcome. We are happy to have you. This is our channel about how not to build a homestead. And this particular episode is 101 Ways Not to Buy a Tractor. In the last video, we left off coming here to our land that we had just bought, completely empty, raw land. And we said that we were going to take things slow. We were going to take our time and we were going to do this right. So 7 days later, we bought a tractor. So we went to Dixie Tractor, which was phenomenal. I love them. We know that we can bring our tractor there anytime we need to and have it serviced. So that was a nice little plus to that. So we did. We bought a tractor and we bought an LS tractor. Do you want to tell them why? Why did we buy an LS tractor as opposed to John Deere?
Because all tractors are made by 5 companies.
Okay. All tractors are made by 5 companies. Do you know the companies? I don't know
No,
the
none
companies.
of the companies.
So even though it says John Deere or says another brand name,
They're all made by 5 companies.
they're all made, okay. They're all made by 5 companies. I liked the LS tractor. We did a little bit of homework because we were in a hurry, so we didn't spend a whole lot of time researching. But when we got there, we talked to the guy, and he was like, it may look like the off brand. I don't think that it is.
No.
It's been great.
The only downfall that they ever had listed on the internet was that getting it serviced was going to be a problem because there weren't that many LS dealers. But being that he's only 30 minutes away,
Right.
not a problem.
So yeah, so not a lot of people service LS, but they sell them. Is that correct?
No, like they don't have a lot of
They
dealerships.
they just don't have a lot of dealership. Well, we got lucky then because Dixie had it and they serviced them. So and they're only like 25, 30 minutes away. So that worked out well for us. Our salesman, who was super nice,
John.
what's his name?
John.
John. John was super nice. We like John. He did everything for us, walked us through everything. I have to say we didn't want to let John know that we didn't know shit about tractors. So John drove the tractor up we bought the trailer as well. John drove the tractor up on the trailer and we had decided that we were going here we go. We needed some place to put the tractor. And so we rented a storage shed that had a gate, a door, a sliding door in the front and the back so you could just drive right on through. When we got there,
6 inches too tall.
the inside, because I did ask, okay, let me just say that. I asked the lady, how tall was the ceiling? Like, how high was the inside of this storage unit? And it was tall enough to fit a tractor. However, the door, not so much. So we got there and realized that first of all it was in a shady part of town, so that was it was a little scary. But then we also realized that even if we figured out how to start it and drive it off of the trailer, we still wouldn't be able to fit it through the door. So there was that. So what did we learn today? What we learned today is measure the height of the door before you buy a place to put your tractor that doesn't fit. Yeah. I knew things were going too good. So now we gotta tow this bad boy 3 hours back to the house and learn how to drive it.
Good times.
So lesson number, I don't even know what number we're on now. Check the height of the doors before you purchase things. So we had said that this tractor is never going to hit Louisiana soil. We're keeping it here in Mississippi. And so that day, 6 hours after we bought it, we drove it home to Louisiana and parked it on our front lawn.
It doesn't look any less intimidating in the daylight. A lot of levers on here. But hey, there's a cup holder.
You can't even see my house. My neighbors, I don't even know what they were thinking. So we drove 3 hours up, hooked up the trailer and the tractor, drove, I would say 3 hours back home, but no, no, no. No, when you're pulling a tractor, it slows you down. And we couldn't go over the Causeway Bridge or through New Orleans East, so we drove all the way over to 55, all the way back down. So that was a good 5 hour ride.
Yeah.
Keep the math on this one, because that was 3 hours up, 5 hours back. We're now at 8 hours, and then we're home with this giant tractor on our front lawn, and we don't know how to start it. So here we are. I've got the manual, and I went to sleep reading the manual. And I did tell him we're not leaving the front yard until we know how to start it. And thank God he's driven standards before and he understands the mechanics of that, because if it were up to me, we would still be on the front lawn. So the next morning, he got on the tractor after, and here I am standing with the manual, thumbing through it, looking uber cool. And so he started it, and it started. It started. And then we turned it right back off
And drove
and
back.
drove another 5 hours back up. So that's what, 10, 11, 12. We're at 13 hours now. And then we got back to the property. And the very first time that he drove this tractor was backwards off of a trailer that had two very small, I don't even know what are they called?
Ramps.
Little ramps, little driving. Not very big. I wish we had bigger ones. You are the manly man doing manly things. That was a stressful time. Almost as stressful as yesterday.
No, not as bad as yesterday.
Not as bad as yesterday. No, yesterday was terrible. So yeah, so I mean, why not? First time you drive a tractor ever, let's go backwards off of a pretty steep trailer. But he made it, and I was very proud and relieved. And then he drove down the little dirt road. Then we put a tarp over it and
Left.
left and drove 3 hours back home. Okay, so that was 3, 5, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16 hours in what? Out of the last,
48.
no, not 48, less than 24.
And then we came back.
Then we came right back. Okay, so that's three. All right, so that's 3, 5, 5, 3, 3 again. Math, okay? Don't make me math. Came back because we were so paranoid that somebody was going to steal our tractor that we had to come put a GPS thing that he hides on it somewhere, and then drove back home, which was another 3 hours. So where are we? 3, 5, 5, 3, 3, and 3. Where am I at?
It's about 24 hours of driving.
Yeah. So those are good, like, solid 24 hours of driving within less than a 48-hour time period. for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was stressful, but we made it. And then we needed a house. We needed a home for Bonnie, because we didn't want to just leave her out in the in the weather, because God forbid tractors get rained on. So we bought, what were the names of the sheds? They were from, the first one that we bought it was from Amazon, I want to say. We'll have to go look downstairs, and I'll put a picture and insert a picture, or actually there's a picture at the end of what it looked like, and they might have the name of it. It came in a lot of pieces. So again, manual girl here, read the directions and put everything together.
You need pieces.
And just as a side note, there are pictures of him putting it together, because I would stop helping because my students were like, Miss Seals, you don't do anything. He does everything. You do nothing. No, somebody had to take the picture. So I hurry up and help, stop, take a picture or video or whatever. Because this was before I even had a tripod or any of this other fancy stuff. So I was helping.
I never said that.
I was helping so much that there was 2 pieces missing, and I was so mad, and I'm throwing a fit, and I am cursing the day and the people that made this and all of this great stuff, and just not happy. And then as we were picking up to leave, I found 2 pieces just off in the distance. So that was yeah, kind of, now I'm not going to say I felt bad. I really didn't. I was just tired at that point. But moment of truth, Bonnie literally just made it into her new home, which was nice, because I don't think I could have emotionally handled any more excitement. So there is a video of her going into her house, and there she is, and then there is us, just giddy as can be, so excited that we finally got something.
Did something right.
We finally did something not wrong. Today's lesson, boys and girls, check around and look for shit that might be in weird places before you start bitching about them shorting you on material. And there are
Not
the
all the
2
way right.
pieces of pipe that that I just left somewhere. I don't even know what happened. I'm not even going to say. But that was it. So this is not a crazy long video. I think we may go ahead and do a side video of bits and pieces of the tractor, because there weren't, when we were at home trying to figure out how to start it, there weren't many videos out there. I guess they just figure if you bought a tractor, you probably already know how to drive it. Not us. So I think we're going to do a little video just in case there's anybody else out there that is like, I just bought a tractor. Let me get on YouTube and figure out how to start it. So we're going to do that soon. Right now we are literally up to our faces in planks of wood, because we are getting the ceiling and the walls taken care of, but that is a future video. So that is it for this one. I think, what is the next one? Oh, the next video is living in the car. Because we had a tractor and we had a tent for the tractor, and we ended up at a scary, scary motel hell. And I have some very interesting footage of that.
Good times.
And it was so bad that we decided it would be safer and better to sleep in the car. So that's where we are on that one. It was bad. So that's it. So thank you for spending some time with us, and we will see you next time. Bye. How are we gonna hide this from your dad?
Hedges.
What's the dad price, the family price we're gonna give him? You should know we can't tell him what we paid for it.
He gave it to me for free. No tax.
We didn't pay tax. Just tell them that we didn't have to pay taxes on it. This tractor's never gonna see Louisiana.
Yeah, well,
Except for when we bring it home today. Oh God. So much. The neighbors are gonna freak the hell out. I'm driving it up and down the Arnold Avenue though. We should do it tonight and learn it so that way we can hook it back up, come back out here tomorrow and fix the road. Baby steps.
yeah. Trying to learn how to drive a tractor today.
If you can drive it at night, you can drive it in the morning. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.